Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aries for the end of September. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we'll take a look at what is coming forward for you as we close out this month of September. The timeline on this reading will be from September 22nd all the way until October 6th. And the reason I chose October 6th is that is the full moon in your sign, Aries. So let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and we'll get right into it for you. Okay. Great, and I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Amazing. So I should say, Aries, the message here looks extremely good for you. And I'm really glad to see that because I am now halfway. You're right at the halfway point for me in this series, and these readings have been very heavy. And I think part of that is because this series is dropping right around the time of the last eclipse of the year, which is on the 21st. And I've noticed that there are some just heavy themes, but you seem to have a really lighthearted, good message here. And right away on the bottom with the Wheel of Fortune, this can signify that there is something destined aligning for you as we close out this month of September. This is a card of destiny, you know? This is a card of potentially your fortunes turning around. It says that there's an opportunity, or there's at the very least a window, and this is very important, there's a window of opportunity available to you when you get the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And basically, the Wheel of Fortune does not indicate certainty, okay? It does not indicate certainty. In fact, the reason I say that is because the Wheel of Fortune indicates something. It's this idea of the wheel spinning, right? So while there's an opportunity in front of you right now, that opportunity might not be there forever. So there's a lack of certainty with the Wheel of Fortune, but there is an opportunity, and that window of opportunity, it will not be there forever, but it is there for you. Hopefully that makes sense. I kind of struggled to explain that, but hopefully you understand. There could be a window of opportunity opening for you, and this feels like it's a destined window of opportunity. And I would say the one point that I would like to make here is that there is another message in this reading of you maybe missing out on something. So when you get the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Cups, this is really like there's really a call to action for you to go for something. Okay, there's really a call for action for you to go for something and to not let the opportunity in front of you go to waste. Okay. Now, having said that, we have, let's see here, two pages. We have a Fool, and when we go in to clarify, at the midway point of this reading, I always clarify, if you've never seen my videos before, I always clarify the 9 cards here with more tarot cards. I'm sure when we clarify, there will also be an Ace, but right away we have the Fool, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands, which is amazing. The Page of Pentacles here can indicate that there is an offer opportunity, and I already spoke about this kind of with the Wheel of Fortune, which means there's a window of opportunity, a destined, fated window of opportunity showing up for you. It can say that your fortunes are turning around, and the fact that you also here have the Page of Pentacles in the middle position is very strong. Usually the Page of Pentacles indicates an offer somehow, some way connected to money or finance or learning, academia, study, these sorts of things. This is the academic of the tarot, okay? This could indicate a raise. This could indicate potentially new loans being made available. Let's say you finally get approved for a mortgage, for example. That's just like a real world example, okay? A real world example that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen to you. But it's something connected to finance, to money, to maybe studying. There could be some sort of opportunity there. And, you know, as I'm looking at this here, it seems like Some of you are working with like financial advisors or people in the financial areas, Aries, at this time, as you also have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, you also do have a combination here of career offers and opportunities as well, because you don't just have the Page of Pentacles, you also have the Page of Wands. We'll get into that more as we go along as well. So if you're not looking to like buy a home or whatever, get funding for your business or what seed money or whatever it is, it's very possible that some of you are getting a new opportunity in job, in career, in work. That's very possible here based on this reading. In the first column, you have the Knight of Swords, the Fool, and the Three of Cups. So I'm really going to talk about that Four of Cups here as we get to the final one, because it connects into the Knight of Swords as well. But let me talk about the Knight of Swords, okay, because it's in this first column that we're looking at. And the Knight of Swords is somebody who is ready and willing to sort of take charge, okay? This person is charging into battle, so to speak, as you see here on the Knight of Swords illustration. Okay, and so when you get this card, it is a time to go and pursue the things that you need to pursue. Okay, there is kind of a challenging message with the Knight of Swords, but it doesn't apply. It does not apply to this reading because you have overwhelmingly positive cards around it. So what I would say is during this period of time, when the opportunities arise, and I think that if this is your reading, I'm pretty. I have a pretty strong confirmation here that there are opportunities coming in. When those opportunities arise, you do not want to, based on this reading, you do not want to just throw them aside. You know, you really want to take a look at them. You know, I can't tell you what to do. You know, I'm just a YouTube tarot reader. But what I can say as the reader is these cards are saying that the opportunities that are coming forward for you are blessed. Okay, they are blessed opportunities. And at the very least, the guidance here is to look at them. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to blindly walk into something, but the guidance here is to absolutely, at the very least, take a look at something here. Okay, you have the Fool, which represents a very powerful new beginning in the tarot. It's probably the most powerful card in the tarot as it's ground zero, it's point zero. In the tarot, it starts off everything. It kicks off the whole journey. And you here are getting this new start that feels very, very blessed. I even think that with this Three of Cups, there's the mood is celebratory for you. Okay, there's really, really something to celebrate during this time with this Three of Cups. Okay, the vibes are high here for you during this time, for sure. I even see that there are very important people in your life that are showing up in a certain way here. Okay, 2 threes. Okay, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. This is threes in tarot can represent your network in a sort of way, or the people around you. Okay, and not only do you have 2 threes, but you have 2 pages and a queen, as well as a knight. So all of the court cards in the tarot can represent other people. Okay, so people are really, really showing up for you during this period of time. In the middle, you have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. All right, so the Three of Pentacles is your colleagues, really. So I talked about how threes can be your network. Three of Cups might be your friends, right? Your loved ones that you're celebrating with. You can see the 3 friends or the 3 sisters here dancing, celebrating, throwing their cups in the air. These would be that type of connection. The Three of Pentacles is your colleagues. It's a work connection. As you see the colleagues here going over the schematics, going over the plans. They've just built this statue. They're building a new one, right? They're building another one. And for me, it seems like it's not just about your colleagues, the Three of Pentacles. For me, what this card would indicate is that you have also put yourself in a position for a potential promotion or raise, okay? And if it's not coming from within your organization, right? Let's say you're not getting promoted within the place that you're already working. There could be a headhunter here, okay? There could be somebody who sees the work that you've done and is very interested in hiring you, okay? And the reason I say that, I only say that because the Three of Pentacles is also with the Page of Wands, okay? If I ever saw a combination of like you being headhunted, you taking on a new opportunity, it would be these 3 cards, okay? That would literally be the 3 cards. Maybe also King of Wands, but yeah, this is very strong for that type of potential for you here, Aries. The Page of Wands is the card you want to see for people who are looking for jobs, as again, pages represent offers and opportunities. Wands is the suit of career. Page of Wands, usually career or job opportunity. This could also be on a different level, an opportunity to experience something new as well. So if you're here and you're not here for career and finance, this may mean like, okay, I now have an opportunity to fly across the world with my best friend and experience a new journey, experience a new culture, right? Because wands can also be the suit of travel as well in different cultures and foreign lands, and excitement, these sorts of things that are, exciting and fun can also show up with the Page of Wands, sorry, with the suit of Wands. Wands also can connect to risk as well. So, for example, any of the Court Wands cards, Page, King, Queen, Knight, these are risk takers, or they can be risk takers in the tarot. So you do have this Page of Wands here, and there is a maybe kind of a risk-reward scenario here that's showing up for you at this time, Aries. I should also forget that I kind of lost my train of thought there, but not only is the Page of Wands about career offers, but the Page of Pentacles is about usually something connected to money, right? So you have this combination here with your colleagues or what you're doing at work progressing. Page of Pentacles, money wanting to arrive into your life, and then the Page of Wands, offers and career opportunities, right? So you have this perfect combination. Okay, you have this perfect combination here. And as I was saying, I think there may be something about risk and reward that is showing up here for you at this time, Aries, because you have this potentially fleeting opportunity with the Wheel of Fortune, right? You're a blessing coming in, your fortune's kind of turning around here with this Wheel of Fortune, and knowing that it won't be there forever, but it's here now. Okay, that's what I was trying to say at the beginning of this reading. And you may be needing to sort of do like a risk analysis for yourself. Like, what happens if I stay where I am? What happens if I investigate this new path in front of me that, may not always be there, right? So there's an element of risk and reward here as well for you. But generally, this seems pretty blessed, and I would predict that, if this is your reading, you are going to be in a completely new spot, following this period of time. With the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, the double pages. In the final column, you have the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. I think that the thing about this is like risk and reward, right? I think with the fours here showing up, there is some question that you have about stability. Okay, there's something question that you have about stability. You absolutely do see the potential in whatever offers coming in, but you also need to know that you're being taken care of, or that you can take care of yourself with this new opportunity, right? The Four of Wands, it is a card that does indicate structure. It does indicate stability. And the Four of Wands is also an energy of stability, but of ceremonies. Okay, so this is actually a marriage card, the Four of Wands, but we're not looking at a love reading. This is very clearly not a love reading. So it can be about ceremonies and celebration, especially as you also have this Three of Cups present on the board as well. What I see here is if I look at this diagonal, Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles into the Four of Wands, what I see here is somebody accepting an offer and popping a bottle of champagne. That's what I see. Okay, that's what I see. I see somebody accepting an offer that they're really excited about, and however you celebrate. Maybe you don't like champagne or you like to drink or whatever, that's okay. You celebrating in some way is what I see, because you finally receive something. Now, it's important here with this Four of Cups that you do not allow boredom to take control. Okay, this person's missing out on the opportunity. I always say this with the Four of Cups. I don't like the Four of Cups because this person is not receiving their blessing. The universe wants to give them a blessing, but they're not receiving it. They're staying where they are. Okay, and so this is where the risk and reward comes in, right? So with this Four of Cups in the Wheel of Fortune, this could also be a combination of missing out. Okay, so I also think this is why the Knight of Swords is present here, which is saying, strike while the iron's hot. Who knows when another opportunity like this will come around again. And again, we have this Queen of Pentacles person. Maybe this is somebody showing up for you in the financial areas of your life as well, Aries. Why don't we go ahead and move into the clarifications portion of this reading. I'll start off by pulling some oracle cards, and then I'll also pull some tarot cards for you. All right. Okay. Energy on the bottom, you have the waiting game. Okay. Yeah, that's the Two of Wands. It's interesting. This psychic tarot oracle is based on a traditional, Rider-Waite tarot. And I don't typically view the Two of Wands as the waiting game, but I do find it interesting that this is how this deck interprets it. I love this deck. It's my first ever deck of cards. But isn't it interesting how I said, be careful of the waiting game? I basically said that because you have the Four of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, knowing that I don't know how long, to be real, as the reader, I don't know how long this opportunity will be around, So there is something about that showing up here. Yeah, you've got rest and rejuvenation, you have mental conflict and harmony as well. So I think there is a conflict here. That would be the Two of Swords in this deck. The Two of Swords can say that you have a difficult choice in front of you, which makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. And beautiful, we have more fours. Again, four is a number of stability. You have foundation and achievement. Again, that's the Four of Wands. You have authority as well as power. So again, I do think you're in a strong spot here, okay? I do think you're in a strong spot, especially like if you're here for a career. You very clearly built a resume. You've built a resume for yourself here with this Three of Pentacles, if this is your reading. So why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at clarifying the tarot cards for you here, Aries. Now, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. And let's see what we have. Okay. Go ahead and split the deck here. And get right into it. All right, so you have the Two of Pentacles, a lot of twos as well showing up. Based on, we had two twos here, the waiting game, mental conflict, now we've got the Two of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, interesting, and the Three of Cups, clarifying the Three of Cups. Love that for you. Okay, love that for you. Okay, you guys know, you watch me, two cards I really don't love, Four of Cups, Seven of Swords. But there's always you have to take everything into consideration, okay? So this Seven of Swords isn't going to ruin the reading. The Seven of Swords, if I combine the Fool and the Seven of Swords together, usually the message would be careful of not being foolish, okay? So if you think about the foolish, right? Be careful of not being foolish, okay? However, the Seven of Swords can also indicate like having a critical choice to make, or basically creating a strategy as well for yourself in the tarot, okay? So what I would say is, as I suggested at the beginning of this reading, I'm certainly not suggesting that you should just jump into something without having the details. But you should absolutely take a look at something. Okay, and so another thing that I would say with that Seven of Swords is, double, triple, quadruple check any contracts that you may be signing off on, right? As you have this Seven of Swords. So I'm still going to suggest that you take a look, okay? The guidance here is to at the very least, take a look at what's coming forward on your path because it feels blessed. But if something feels off, which it might with that Seven of Swords, you'll know what to do from there. Two of Pentacles says that you're in a period of change right now, and then the Three of Cups is just confirming that I do see somebody in this reading celebrating, okay? It's possible that you have multiple offers. You have double pages, okay? You could have multiple offers right now. Okay, you have another court card here with the King of Cups. You have the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the Emperor is actually also showing up here in this Oracle deck, which is the Authority card. And the Emperor is somebody who is, it's an energy of leadership and authority and also success, okay? I think that this opportunity might even come with like an elevated role for you, okay? This career opportunity might come with an elevated role. You may be in charge of people. People might be working under you. Now, this could also be a very clear combination with the Page of Pentacles and the Emperor that somebody in a position of authority is very interested in keeping you around, in elevating you in the organization, in offering you something new. That is also very possible. Okay, that's a very strong combination with the Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, King of Cups, you know, King of Cups says take care of your emotional needs, potentially. This is also somebody who is a leader. Any king in the tarot could be a leader. This is usually somebody who leads from the heart space, okay? Somebody who's a very good listener. And I also think that you have some sort of vision for the way that your career and your work looks like. Okay, King of Cups are very good at visualizing and creating sort of like vision boards or manifesting, these sorts of things with the King of Cups. So I do think you have an idea of like what your career wants to look like. I think you can visualize it. And then the Six of Pentacles, there's maybe a financial balance that's happening here. The Six of Pentacles says, you know, the generosity of others is out of our control, but we can control how generous we are, right? And I think that you know, the idea. The reason I say that is that the Six of Pentacles is all about inflow, outflow. It's about our generosity, and it's maybe hopefully about that being reciprocated in a certain way. It's about inflow, outflow. It's an exchange of money, an exchange of energy, right? That's the idea of the Six of Pentacles. One way of looking at this is the Six of Pentacles may suggest that there is some sort of flow that is going on for you in your financial life, okay? There's new money wants to make its way to you in some way, okay? And I think based on this reading, this is because you have created a very good resume for yourself, so to speak. You have a strong resume here, so to speak. You know, your body of work, and a better way of saying that maybe is your body of work looks very good. So you have the King of Wands, okay? You have the Magician, and you have the Death card. Okay, so the King of Wands, one of my favorite cards. King of Wands is really, this is the entrepreneur of the tarot, but again, another message of leadership. This is you know, the King of Cups may be an emotional leader. The King of Wands is a business leader, okay? You know, this is again, I talked about how the Wands is the suit connected to career and business, and this is the King, okay? So the idea here is that this is somebody who is a very strong leader in business. This is somebody you want to work with, somebody who's fun to work with. In other areas, this person could be an entrepreneur as well. But there is definitely something, I almost think that some of you are like, how do I say this? Like, this is a really mundane way of saying it, but like leveling up. Like, it's almost like you are elevating. Yeah, maybe elevating is the right way. Like, you're elevating into something new in your career. Okay, I see you going from the Page to the King, for example, right? I see you being on top here. Right? And remember, genders are not connected to these cards. These cards are just masculine and feminine energies when I read. Okay, so I see you elevating from like a page type thing to a king. This is what, and the way that I'm getting at, the reason I'm saying that is because it feels like your role is being elevated, or your standing or your position is being elevated in some way. You've manifested this, okay, now take action with the Magician. Four of Cups, yeah, that person's probably good at dreaming. The Magician, yeah, that person's good with talent and skills. But both the Magician and the Four of Cups needs to take action. Okay, so this is very, very important. Remember, this window of opportunity here is open now, but it won't be there forever. You have the Death card, which can represent transformation in one's life. Again, I think I see you in a completely different spot here in the not too distant future. You then here have the Six of Swords. This is a transition, okay? So I was talking about this idea of like elevating. I also see this idea of like transition in your life. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Kipper cards here and see what is in the Kipper messages for you. Okay. Family room, occupation, sudden wealth, wow, distant horizons, poverty, and pathway. You know, it's so interesting. Some people say I skip over the poverty card, but it doesn't really fit into this reading. So I'm not skipping over it. I'm suggesting that, you know, maybe the poverty card connects to some past timelines that you've had, okay? But in a reading like this, all I see is green for you, okay? All I see is green, okay? So look at that, occupation, sudden wealth. Um, you know, this seems like your fortunes are turning around. The sudden wealth card with the Wheel of Fortune, those cards are very similar, okay? Um, Wheel of Fortune connects to luck as well, not just destiny, not just fated opportunities, not just a window of time, but also luck. So I think through this, you're getting a little bit of luck, and maybe this is elevating you into some sort of new position or standing in your life as you see that poverty card. Both of these cards, distant path, distant horizons, and pathway, may suggest a couple months in the future in this case, but it looks very good. You do have family room here. Maybe it's a work from home position. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.